Right then, this week's video is the second last one in this series, and what we're going to do is we're going to turn a small bowl using a worm screw, and we'll clean up some myths that there is about the worm screw. Okay, a worm screw. What a worm screw is it's a threaded bolt with very heavy rough threads on it, and it goes into your chuck, right? Normally they'll come with the chuck. Each type has a certain size hole that you need to drill. For supernovas it's an 8mm. Right, now, as I said, there's a few myths about these things, right? They're a great tool, especially if you're doing production work. They're really quick. Right, one of the biggest myths about it is that if you use one of these without using a tailstock, it's gonna fly off, hit you in the face, the planet's gonna end, kind of thing. Right, there's actually a very well-known instructor who seems to have a thing about these. Right, now, as I said, he's a very well-known instructor. He's brilliant. But as I said, he seems to have a thing about do not use a worm screw without using a tailstock. It's his opinion, and he's completely entitled to it. I will never take that away from anybody. He's completely entitled to it. But, right, what I've done is I have a piece of scrap here. Right, it's got nails in it, so it's actually useless for turning. And I have drilled a 10mm hole in this. It's way too big. Right, now I am deliberately going to cause a catch. Right, so start it up. Right, and I have a scraper here, and I'm just going to jam the scraper into this. As you can see, didn't fly off. Basically did nothing, and there's a reason it's doing that. Right. The threads on a worm screw are put in such a way that as the lathe is spinning, it's drawing whatever you're working on in towards that. So if that spins in there, it's actually been pulled that direction. Even if it's loose like that, right? You can see I can turn it up with my hand, right? It's being pulled that way. It's pulling the piece of wood onto the lathe at all times, right? Now, if you feel safer using a tailstock, fine, no problem with it. As I said, the thing, I've had grief from people before about using one of these without using a tailstock, and the thing that I noticed was they had all done a course with the same instructor, who, now, this guy seems to have a bee in his bonnet about it. Right, now this is an 8mm hole in this one. This is the one we're going to use. Now, something that I do see people doing with these is spinning up the lathe, holding the piece of wood there, and basically letting the lathe spin it on. Yes, you can do it, but you really need to know what you're doing. Right. And for beginners, I definitely would not advise it. Right, okay, there it is, it's on. When you're drilling the hole, make sure that the worm screw can go in deep enough so that the side here of the bowl hits the edge of your jaws. Right. To be honest, using one is kind of, it's a very safe way of holding a bowl on. Now, there's certain things I wouldn't use one on. I wouldn't use one on a bowl blank that's over 10 inches. I wouldn't use one to round off a bowl blank that is bone dry hard wood. If it was green wood, there's a video of me doing rough turning a green wood bowl using one of these, and what I did was I shaped it as I was rounding it off. Right, if you haven't seen that one, I'll leave a link up there in the link below for you. Right, but basically it's a pretty safe way of holding a bowl on, right? If I go above 10 inches or something like that, I'll use a faceplate. But there's nothing wrong with using one of these. And as I said, if somebody is of the opinion that you shouldn't use one without a tailstock up, they're completely entitled to that opinion. Right. First thing I'm going to do with this, of course, is round it off. Yeah, this is going to make a very pretty bowl actually, because there's quite a bit of sapwood in it. And I think it might be Malaysian acacia. I forgot to mark it when I got it. Face off here. Now, if you remember last week when we went through the mortise and tenon thing, right? I will be using a mortise on this. Right, there's the mortise, there's the foot. Now I think I've said this before, I don't know if I've said it in one of these new turner videos. If you're doing a foot on a mortise, you make the foot about half as deep as the mortise. And now it's just a matter of turning the bowl. Right, I will go and stick a new edge on this. Right, and we'll go into turning the bowl. Right then, turning the bowl. Right, now remember, this video is aimed at new turners. So turning a bowl, you turn the outside first, obviously. Now, what I want to do is I want to get my tool rest there, but I can't at the moment because that corner's there. So I'm just going to take that corner off. Right. And then I'm going to go over to the foot. Even though the bowl is not going to be that shape, going over to the foot lets me visualize it. Right, now I'm just going to grab my helmet because this is quite dusty wood. Right then. Sorry about the main camera there, the helmet. Now I have that where I want it. Now we're just going to start shaping the bowl. Now that I'm that far, I need to get the curve into there. Right, now if I want to do that with a push cut, I'd have to go way out there. So I'm going to change now to a pull cut. Now this isn't a scrape, it's a cut. And the difference between a cut and a scrape is the way you present the tool to the piece, right? If I'm scraping, the tool is like that and I'm literally scraping along that edge. If I'm cutting, I'm writing that side bevel there. Now just continue the course. I'm going to put a compound curve in this bowl. A compound curve is basically two curves. Right, now there's a slight bump still there. You can sand them out, but it's better to actually cut them out if you can. Right, there we go, nice sandable surface. So I'll sand and finish that and we'll be right back. Right, just buffing the wax off. It's quite pretty actually. Right. Now what I was saying there about worm screws. What I'm saying is across my opinion on them. And it's the opinion of quite a lot of other people. But if somebody else holds the opinion that you can't use them without using a tailstock, that's also fine. That's their opinion. Everybody's entitled to it. But if you actually look at the way they're designed, as I said earlier, they're designed to pull the piece into the lathe and not let it fly off. So there we go. That is quite pretty. There's a really pretty piece just there. Right, and there's yellows in it as well. Right then, we'll take this off and get the hollow in it. Right then, we get the hollow in this. First thing of course is flatten it off. As I said before, make it easy on yourself. Define your width. Quite a small bowl, so skinny will do. Right, so I'll take the helmet back on and we will hollow this. Now, hollowing a bowl is probably one of the most fun things to do when you're turning. But like anything else, you can make it easy or hard on yourself. Now I'm actually going to swipe something off Les Thorn to show you this. The way he shows it is very good, right? And it's very clear. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape a pencil to my gouge. It doesn't have to be all that solid. Right, sometimes it's difficult to see the flute, but you'll be able to see the pencil. Right, when I'm going in, I go, right, this is basically the same as my flute. It's pointing the same direction, right? Go in, and then start to turn. Right, go in, with it basically flat, and then turn. That will give you nice, clean, easy cuts. Right, I'm going to take that back off again. Yeah. Hope you don't mind me swiping that one, Liz. So that was a brilliant idea. Very good way of showing. Right. Check over width. Yeah, width is okay. Right, keep going. Right. And yet again, I'm leaving the middle till last because it helps the bowl not move while you're turning. Then check the width. Yeah, we're okay down to it there. Now that I'm coming low, I'll start taking some of the middle out. And again, as I keep saying, I'm not worried about finishing cuts until I'm on my finishing cuts. Yeah, good. Right, I'm going to give this gouge a sharpen so we can get a good finish cut on it. Right, then you go in, get a good finish cut on it. Remember, I'm going to go in flat first and then turn the gouge. Right, not bad at all. There's a couple of tail marks in there, but they'll stand out. Right, getting the gouge in a little closer. Now, when you're getting at the bottom of a bowl, I went through this in a video before. There's a little spur you can get in there, right? The way to stop doing it is don't come straight across at the middle, go up and down. The reason you get the spur is because your bevel comes off. Now what I might do is show you a negative brake scraper. Even though the inside of that is fine, I'm going to show you a negative brake scraper. Right, a negative brake scraper is a scraper that is shaped like that. Right, there's let's put it. the edge is not on the top, it's here in the middle, right? So there's an angle there and there's an angle there. The choice of what angle is really up to you, but somewhere between 60 and 80 degrees works. Above and below it doesn't really, right? So what I do is I do a 35-35, so that if I want, I can use it the normal way, which is that way, for the inside of bowls. But if I want, I can flip it over, just raise the bore on the other side, and I can use it on the outside of bowls as well if I need to, right? So I'm just going to raise the bore on this. Alright then, when you're using a negative rate scraper, it's important that the cutting edge is smack center. Now that's too low, so I need to come up a little bit. Right, and it literally is just a case of hold it there. And work your way around. Now, bores don't last long. If you get 1 or 2 cuts out of a bore, you're doing fine. Right? And that's how you use a negative rate scraper. Right, I'm going to sand and finish the inside of this bowl. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. I'll give you a better look at it. Alright then, just buffing the wax off. Turned out very pretty. There's some really nice figuring spots on the inside of this. Now, as I was saying about the about using a warm screw, it's no more dangerous than other forms of holding stuff onto a lathe, in my opinion. Right, you just have to take the usual precautions, right? Woodturning is a great hobby, beautiful hobby to get into, but it does have its dangers, right? And you just have to be careful, right? So don't go away thinking that a warm screw is bomb-proof. It's not. There's nothing that's bomb-proof, right? You never know what's going to happen, and you never know what's inside a piece of wood. So there it is. Look at that figure there. It's like a feather, just there. It's really nice. Right then, I'll take this up and I'll give you a bit of a look at it. So I'll be back in a sec. Right then, there we have it. A nice little 7 by just under 3 Malaysian acacia bowl with some really nice figure in it. Hopefully that's explained a bit about using warm screws. Yet again, anybody got any questions, just ask me. And so if you enjoyed that one, I got that out of it, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video, I'll see you in the next one.